Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Zach with Money Pit RC. On today's episode of I Buy Cheap RCs So You Don't Have To, we have a set of axles. Before we get into all that though, let's talk about the series. I had great feedback from the last episode. A whole bunch of people saying that they love it, great idea. People left me a whole bunch of links to products that they want to see. So that's what I'm going to do. You leave a comment down below, I'll look into it, see if I can get my hands on it. We'll do a little review on it. I'll buy it so you don't have to. See, and I think we found the title. So I got a lot of recommendations of buying a stock SCX24, then throwing these parts on as I get them to see if it makes a difference. I love that idea, but this whole series is not going to be about SCX24 parts. So as of right now, and I don't want to buy another stock one. I have enough parts, I could probably build one. As of right now, we are just going to use the vehicle that we did put the brushless motor into. So we'll just use that build for now. So in these episodes, I'm not really going to worry about the big performance gains. I'm just more worried about the quality and if it's going to actually last you, like versus performance. Hopefully you guys understand all that. So we went on eBay, we found the cheapest axles we could find. So maybe not the cheapest, the ones that probably 98% of you have seen. If you just type in SCX24 axles, you've probably seen these before. So here they are. They are the full brass SCX24 axles. They were $35 shipped. So let's get a closer look at these axles, see how they're built, see if you should buy them. Alright, so here's the build that these are going to go on. Obviously, in the last episode, we did toss on this brushless motor that fit in the stock transmission. This thing, for $25, it surprised the heck out of me, and it surprised the heck out of 4,000 viewers. It is very good. Not the best, but for $25, what you get, it's a perfect drop-in replacement for your stock motor. Don't even need to change the plate. So I'll leave a link in the description for the video if you want to check that out. This does have the Mias Racing axles, the Yep spec ones that are green. I'm probably going to regret swapping these out because these are great axles. As you can see, this says SCX24 brass axles. We're going to rip them out of the bags and just look at the quality of them first. So front axle does come with the steering links. It comes with the pins and the brass hexes, and never mind, pins, brass hexes, no wheel nuts. Well, already demoted there. The rear is just a stock axle that is brass. Same thing, comes with the pins, comes with the hexes, no rear link riser, and no servo mount. But $35, it's fine. It does come with the steering link, so that is a plus. So I posted these on Instagram that this is the next episode, and I had a bunch of people message me saying that where you mount the shocks to, that they strip out very easily, which I understand because brass is very, very soft. One thing to keep an eye out, that these will strip out very easily if you take it out a lot of times or if you cross thread it a little bit. It's just going to wear out the brass and make them unusable. Thing to note there. So let's just look at these quick. So one thing I'm noticing, that it does have the stock style pins, which absolutely suck. Stock axles, they are known for popping out and breaking, so I'm gonna assume that these are gonna do the same thing. And also I'm noticing that it has literally no steering angle. Max travel of the knuckles is garbage. I am not a fan of that, and it's funny because these are not like the stock ones. They don't have that big C-hub, so you should have good angle. It's just limited because of the style of the pins. I bet you if you replace these with like universal axle shafts, you'll probably get more steering angle. We're not going to do that. We're just supposed to rock them how they are. So that's going to limit us a lot. Let's pop a diff cover off and see if there's any grease and see how the gears are. Before that though, I just noticed that the shaft that comes out for the worm gear is very thin. Let's pop a diff cover off and see what's inside. Well, another thing to note, they're not 1.3s. Try a 1.5. Huh. Bone dry. Not a lick of grease. Make sure you take them apart, put grease in them, because there is nothing at all. There are bearings inside, that's cool. So we're gonna put some grease in these as preventative maintenance. I like to use some marine grease, so let's grease these up. This is the grease I use. I bought it on Amazon. Rear's all greased up. We did throw on a rear link riser, one I 3D printed, so no big deal. And then we're just gonna use the servo mount that was on the truck. So we're gonna build up the front axle now, put the steering links on, and get it all greased. Front axle all built up, completely dry on the inside, so greased it up, put a EcoPower servo on top with a ramp crab adjustable servo mount. I know I did say that I was just going to take it out of that axle, but I really didn't want to throw a Reefs 99 on these crappy axles. So one dilemma that I did have, the one bolt for the top of the diff cover did snap because all of these bolts are 1.5 millimeters and not 1.3s, so they are a little bit larger in diameter. So I was trying to run a 1.5 through this servo mount and it just kind of snapped off. So just something to be aware of. These are 1.5s, not 1.3s, and that's why this has a little bit of slop right here, just because of I had to use a smaller bolt. But everything's fine, it works. Again, no steering angle, but stock replacements, stock axles have no steering angle. These don't have any steering angle. We are going to install them on the car and give them a little run. Alright, so one issue I'm running into is the axle shaft does not stick out far enough to put the nuts on. Like this one's barely on, and this one I can't even start it. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to use these from Endura. They are for like the wheel hexes, and they come in different sizes. So you're going to have to use one of these to fit the wheel, just so it actually secures and threads in. I know for the fronts, definitely it's not long enough, so you're going to have to toss one of those on. You can't just use a normal wheel nut. So we got the axles all installed. Front, back, all good to go. Not really any issues installing them, but like I said, they are full brass, so just be careful tightening those screws, just because you don't want to strip them out. Once you strip them out, then they're kind of junk. So I just don't want to do some crawler tracks and that's it. I actually want to put these through the paces. So we are gonna run this thing outside, try to do some lines, and see how they hold up. Who knows? Maybe they'll surprise me. Alright, we are back in the shop just because as I was running these, my servo horn decided to loosen up and it just kind of skips. So in the videos you might see it get stuck, and it's okay. We'll do the servo later. But I did run these axles and I didn't have issues. I really thought that these pins would break. I mean, I don't have a lot of steering angle to work with, but if you increase the steering angle, you're obviously going to have issues. I mean, throw a set of OGRC axle shafts in there, the universal ones, you'll never have an issue. As they come, they're really not that bad, okay? I had low hopes for these axles, and I mean, they're just axles, really. The brass, like I said before, just be careful tightening the screws. You don't want to strip it out because brass is very soft. We need to figure out the servo issue, and probably we'll throw in some OGRC axle shafts in there just for that reassurance of snapping those pins. So I was expecting a lot worse with these axles. As a straight drop-in replacement, you got to do some work to these things. Obviously, the first one is you need to grease these up. They come bone dry, so put a little grease in them. As for like the axles themselves, they're really not bad. If I would run these on like a real build, I would probably just use the front brass axle just so you have that weight up front. So use the front one with like a plastic one in the rear, or just some other one that's not all brass in the back, just so you have that weight towards the front. That'll probably be the only beneficial way I would run these things. And then again, I would put some OGRC universal axle shafts in the front just to help with that pin situation because they are known for breaking. So grease, axle shafts, I think you would have a good set of axles here. For the price, they're really not hateful. To try to either buy a stock set, which is probably the same price as these, just buy these if you want that weight. I give it a 7 out of 10. They're not terrible. I will leave a link in the description box below where you can pick up a set of these axles. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. You know I enjoy reading through all your feedback. Catch you guys in the next video.